Bass junkie on the mic, worldwide flight. Builders in the base, making futures bright. Many have dreams, stacking beams, take the lead. Bass apps unite, planting every seed. From Tokyo towers to Parisian streets. Builders coding visions, no defeat. Many app magicians pulling from the ether. Scripts tighter than a bank vault keeper. Silicon spark where the minds all merge. Fireside stories fuel truth in the search. Blueprints blazing, innovations choir. Ideas catching fire, lifting empires higher. Base builders around the world, hands raised. Every mini app's a candlelight in new ways. Code and create, let the passion unfurl. Fireside media shines on the builder world. Base the world. Fireside media shines on the builder world. Fingers on the keys, symphonies of syntax. Builders dropping beats, every line impacts. From the desert jump Dubai to NYC, on base and beyond, boundless energy. Spotlights on the cruise, every block they tether. Fireside media tells how they build together. Baseline thumping, hearts start jumping. Change in the air, you can feel it pumping.
Dream it, build it, watch it ignite. Bass apps blooming, stars in the night.
Base builders around the world, hands raised. Every mini app's a candlelight in new ways. Hold and create, let the passion unfurl. Fireside media lifts the builder world. Base world. Fireside media lifts the builder world. Base world. Fireside media lifts the builder world.
Yo! And welcome back to another edition of Fireside Media, the daily talk show where we highlight the latest and greatest builders on base and beyond. Guys, this is a builder's market. Some people say it's a bear market, but guys, we know this is different than any bear market we've seen before because the builders keep showing up day in, day out. So guys, that's what the whole purpose of this series is, to highlight those who have that grit in them, the ones that are here for more than a minute and more than just to pop those champagne bottles, but are in it to bring on the next level of infrastructure for crypto rails and beyond. Now, today's guest is no different. We have an OG builder who has been in the base ecosystem for a long time. So guys, just before we bring him up, make sure you smash that retweet button and show some love to builders who show up in the bear market. So without further ado, let's bring up our guest of honor today, Mr. Arlo of Beats on Base. Yo.
Hello. Thank you for having me, Bass Junkie. Excited to be here. I love Fireside and just excited about getting a chance to chat with you, old friend. We met at Base On-Chain Summit, and for those of you, y'all probably know Bass Junkie pretty well by this point if you're watching, but just an overall good dude, and I'm excited to share a space with you. I love your work ethic, your enthusiasm, your commitment. We share a lot of those same things just in general in life, and then of course here on Base Chain and in the trenches and doing what we're doing.
Well, thank you for all those flowers. I gotta get my arms out wide to catch them all. That was very thank you. I definitely appreciate that, and it was great meeting you last year in San Francisco. I flew across the pond and got to meet you at On-Chain Summit. But yeah, I know you've been cooking for a while. So I guess take us down a trip down memory lane. Like who are you? Who's Arlo, and how did you get here?
All right, let's do it. Who is Arlo? Arlo is this fictional character that's part of, I guess you could say, the lore with Beats on Base. Arlo's the intern. Base Beats, the koala, is the real CEO. So I didn't want to make myself too big of part of this, because by the time the token vesting that we have for the team, which I'm part of, expires in 2028. Beats the Koala will be running everything fully autonomously. This was an idea we came up with about 2 years before OpenClaw came out. So to see OpenClaw come out was kind of exciting in that, like, well, cool, we're on the right track. It's the same concept, but we built the infrastructure from scratch. And there's a lot that goes with that. It's not just like an X agent, and I'll show you some of that. But who is Arlo before that? Longtime crypto native. I've been around since, so not as long as some guys. I should have been in sooner, but I wasn't, like many of us. But beginning of COVID, I've done it all. I've had NFTs that were worth a lot of money. I've done yield farming. More professionally, I trade futures. So if you guys wonder how I can be online pretty much 16 hours a day, it's because I've found a way to get by. I had left my corporate job to build Beats on Base. Things were pretty hot back then. It was kind of scary to do that. I moved here to Las Vegas. And I've been doing that ever since. Sometimes it's going better than others. But so, yeah, I get to work on Beats on Base full time. I trade actually legacy futures, ES and NQ in the morning, which only, if I can make it a short day, maybe 2 hours of my time. And then I work on Beats. Somewhat. I don't want to say there is a lot of reward in building despite the market conditions, just because it's exciting to build what we're building with the technology that we have. For anybody who's messed around building stuff, it's way more fun to code and build stuff now than it was 4 years ago because of all of our AI tools. You can build it bigger, better, and faster. And so I've coded for a while, but it actually through all of this is I do have a small part-time job right now for a medical record software startup, so that I'm actually working too as a professional software engineer. So through all of this is like I've actually landed up there with real deal coders and things like that. So it's like the stuff that we're building is legit high quality because I have people sitting next to me, during the day that have 17 years experience working for LegalZoom, Amazon, all this stuff. So while they're not building it, that's what I'm with most of the time. So I get to see what real deal industrial level software looks like, and then make sure that Beats is that. I take a lot of pride in making sure stuff is good, and it's a lot of fun, and that's what we have to do right now is have fun, because it's I don't know, it's like trading meme coins. It's obviously not as profitable as it was a couple years ago, but what I've built is fun. It's fun to use. You're not necessarily going to make money directly from what I've built, but you get to have fun promoting things that might make you money. And I always thought that was kind of rubbish anyways, when people sell you the promise of they're going to help you get rich through the app they built. I've yet to see that happen. So the other side of it is how can we have fun in crypto? So I can jump into the project a little bit. Does that sound?
Just before we do, because there was a fair bit there. I mean, I think fair play to you. Kudos to you for taking that bold step in leaving the security of a corporate job to follow your passion and really where you want to spend your time, and then to also on top of that find a way to use a fraction of that time to pay the bills. Because at the end of the day, one of the reasons why we see so many builders crash out during the bear market, it's just lack of runway. It's not because people stop believing. It's just look, we have lives, we have overheads, some of us have families, and it's just we have our responsibilities. So it's hard to keep solvent and survive during when the times are tough. So the fact that you found a way to continue building through the bear and monetizing elsewhere for a fraction of your time, I think that's really is commendable. And
it's awesome. It's been a challenge at times. I didn't dump. Beats made it up. We have thick liquidity, so the market cap would be much higher if we had thin liquidity, but we had thick liquidity. We made it up to something like 5 million market cap with like your regular pump fund liquidity. That would have been like 20 million, something like that. Taking this seriously, we did take liquidity, but yeah, I round tripped, 200K worth of tokens, and I didn't want to dump on the community. And but it's all right, because I feel everything happens for a reason. And in that crunch, in not having huge amounts of money, and we spent a lot, right? We spent a lot, and just in a bear market, you can spend on marketing, all this stuff, and it's not even, it just doesn't really help. But we reduced the overhead of the project down 90%, right? So it's like the original builds, the different stuff we were using was more expensive. And it's like, well, we're not going to be able to, we've got to reduce this cost down significantly. So over the course of, we launched November of 2024. So over the course of, the last year and a half, it's like, and we've got it down, but like every month finding another way to reduce cost. What does that look like? Finding different, ways to host the infrastructure, different servers, more stuff that's built from the ground up, self-hosting certain things, so on and so forth. But so it was all overall, I think that it was actually a really good thing for the projects in terms of longevity point of view. But as far as comfort for me, it's yeah, man, I've been kind of sketchy, but I'm lucky to have been able to survive and do this. And I'm really trying to make it on my own. I worked in corporate for a while, and I'm trying to be my own boss. But I'm also humble enough that I understand that I'm gonna do what I got to do to be healthy and to get by. And there's no shame in working for other people. I just really wanted to try it on my own. And I've, like you said, I've found ways to do that. Not disconnected from the Beats on Base project. So it's not like I'm trying to pump this project so that I can eat. This is at this point just like a commitment to the mission of where this all started and where it's supposed to end. I mentioned that 4-year span,
Yeah, I think it's super interesting. I mean, like the exit plan, where it's defer it all over to the Koala CEO, who's everything's autonomous at that point, and to have that foresight before OpenClaw, and to have that vision, like, okay, AI is going to improve to a point where we are no longer needed at the helm. Yeah, it's definitely like forward thinking, and I know you do a lot of work with AI. I guess that's like integral to what Beats on Base is. So let's dive into that. Like what is Beats on Base? I mean, the koalas everywhere. Like we see the dances, we see the very high quality videos. Walk us through, like, what is Beats on Base, and what was the reason of its inception?
The reason of its inception was trying to be, they say be the change that you want to see, right? And, I know that I was capable of doing this crypto developer stuff, super passionate about crypto, super passionate about AI. I was actually only as passionate, I didn't know I would be as passionate about something as crypto until AI came out. And then it's like, well, we gotta mix these things together, right? And it just started with having fun with Neela, who you met at Onchain. We're trying to make consistent characters, and we're talking about what we love. Koalas also happen to be smooth brained, so they're like one of the dumber animals in the animal kingdom. They don't have the folds like we do. So I'm like, this is great. We're gonna make the koala smart. The koala needs some added intelligence, artificially intelligent koala. Perfect fit. Started with some consistent character stuff and went from there. It was never meant to just be a meme, but memes were big at the time, and it was like a safe starting point. Being around in crypto long enough, roadmaps themselves were memes. Is like, I've never actually seen, maybe 1 out of every 100 roadmaps I've ever seen actually played out. And so I was like, well, it's like, we're not gonna do that right now. And plus, we don't know where AI is going to take us. We have the general idea of everything that AI can do right now. It's going to be able to do 100 times better in 4 years from now, whether that's images, videos, coding, and just general intelligence. So it's like we're just going to ride that wave and incorporate these things into what the project is. Is it possible? Can you maybe pull my screen up into the wide? Is that?
So then let me see what's. Okay, hang on. Do you want to share screen? Like that's probably like I have a format for sharing screen. Like we get.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Let me see. Share
That's probably
screen. Perfect.
the best way.
There we are. All right, are you able to see that? Perfect. Clean. Wonderful. So this is, you said, so what is Beats? What is Beats on the base? So this is where it's running. We do have a rather extensive white paper that has roadmap items in there. So despite we didn't start with a white paper, we've developed into something that has those elements now. But so this is the general gist of what it is. If you just go to the Beats on Base homepage, you can just come down. You can come down here and just click white paper or TLDR. The TLDR will bring you here. You can read a little bit about the 4 components. There's 4 components. There's not going to be more. This is not just like some loose idea of trying to build everything that sounds cool. Despite a lot of things do sound cool, is we're very stably focused on what it is that we've built, and now it's just about improving these 4 different elements. One of the first things that we had out was the social media, the white label social media agents. Telegram was their strongest spot. Discord, we have beta and Discord, but right now the Telegram communities are pretty quiet. We had about 24 projects that were using white label agents, so you did not need our koala in there. Ziggy is an example. They were the first ones to adopt, and they have Sheldon, who's a crab, and their crab is in there. It's moderating the Discord, but more exciting than that, it's content creation. So you can create images, videos, infographics, and it also has financial capabilities. But so you get your own, and it uses Beats as a credit system. So if you want to generate an image, it'll cost you, something like 500 Beats. Is Beats. The general gist of this is crypto is as AI credits, right? Crypto is generative AI tokens, LLM tokens. So, we were very much at the beginning. Before X402 was the thing, we built our own infrastructure that's different. I wouldn't argue it's better than X402, but it's just different. So back a year and a half ago, we had the white label AI agents. Pretty cool. Since then is that we've built the Beats X402, which was kind of a necessary component to the Creator Studio. Beats X402 and then the Creator Agent. Creator Agent came first, but since I already said Beats X402, let's jump onto this. So what Beats X402 is, it's your generalized pay USDC in exchange for API endpoint returns. So a lot of the
question. I'm not sure if you clicked through to that, but we're still looking at that page. It might be a share this tab instead.
Yeah. Let's see what I can do here.
And while you're loading that up, you mentioned you built an infrastructure, and then X402 came about, and it was similar but different. Like, what did X402 mean for to the adoption of the other infrastructure you meant? And I mean internally and externally. Like, do people just start to just naturally use X402? Have you stopped using the previous model and using X402 as well, or how did they both merge in the business?
It's a very good question. In that, so we actually still use our own internal infrastructure for the buddies, the Creator Agent, and the Creator Studio. So for external down the road, where other people's agents want to use the different generative AI endpoints. We have something like 11 or 1,200 different generative AI endpoints. So any image model you can think of, any video model you can think of, speech, subtitles, you name it, is that we've got it in Beats X402. So X402 is this trustless thing that works really good machine to machine. Despite we've set it up here that a human can use it without having to sign every time they want to do something, it actually was very clumsy to create a human interface for X402. So with the buddies, the creator agent, and the creator studio, we still use our own infrastructure that charges you Beats, USDC, or ETH. And what it does is if the generation fails for whatever reason, it refunds you. So, we're not talking about thousands of dollars here. An image might be 10 cents. It has several mechanisms built in to guarantee that, to ensure with 99% probability that it's still a thing. But for a human interface, and one of the beauties of having built on Base Chain is that they have these spend permissions that you can set for your wallet that you don't have to sign every time you want to generate an image or a video, which is very important. Like when I'm trying to create AI content, having to sign with my wallet every time I wanted to create an image or video would be horrendous. So with our infrastructure is you sign once with like a $20 spend limit, $100 spend limit, and then you can generate all the way up through you hit your spend limit, then you have to sign again. So despite X402 being really cool, machine to machine, we still run our own infrastructure on these three, the Buddies, Creator Agent, and Creator Studio. So it's cool that they did that, and it's just a little different. And the problem is that Base Chain doesn't yet have a way to do a spend permission for X402. So you have to do some weird stuff and create a sub wallet that the user can fill, because then the sub wallet doesn't have to sign. I don't know. It's just clumsy. So I'm very happy that we built our own thing because we're still using it, and we're open to adopt as Base develops and as things change a little bit.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's been cool. And again, it's like you mentioned, being a little bit forward thinking. Is that has worked out. That has worked out here. Share window. This is going to be better. That it's worked out for us. Yeah, in another spot. In like that, we're trying to do the same things the big players are doing, and just so happens that we're building alongside of them in some sense. Real quick, show you the X402. So there's 1,000+ models. I think we're at 1,200. Subtitles, image editing, video motion control. Motion control is cool. Like you upload a video of someone dancing, and then like you can make your koala dance the same way that person did. So just you name it, any generative AI endpoint is that we have here, and we're going to extend this out for other agents to be able to access this.
If I could ask a question on that particular point, so
yeah.
You have a koala, and you see my PFP. It's a topi,
Yeah.
short limbs, short legs, short arms, not too dissimilar from a koala. How have you found? I mean, so I've played with AI. Trying to get it to do things, but the limbs are too short anatomically to do some other, I guess, like to fit into like a standard sort of like humanoid model. How have you gone around that?
So it works better now. Again, a year ago, I was trying to do this, and it just was terrible, and it didn't work, and I had to give up 100 times over. And since then, it works. So if you were to go over and you were to check out this Kling Video V3, the V3 Pro Motion Control, it actually might work out pretty good for you. And what you do is you just upload your image, and then you upload your video. I think it does like maybe up to 20 seconds. It controls better if you do video here. And well, here, and then from that, you can see.
That's pretty slick.
So yeah, it works better than it used to. Whatever. So this was all. What I did is these were some YouTube videos that some YouTube video. I just took somebody scratching on a DJ on a YouTube video, and I uploaded that YouTube video, and so it's getting better because the koala was a problem too for us. So Explore Kling V3 Motion, we haven't added that to the Creator Studio yet. We will, but it's available here. What you have to do here, as I told you, the X402 is clumsy with human interaction, so you have to fund a sub account with a little bit of money, and when you do that, it makes it so you don't have to sign every transaction. So, so this is kind of the technical backend. We still use all these same endpoints, just non-X402 in our Creator Studio. But it's getting like anything you're struggling with AI right now, just know that like if it's something that kind of makes sense, like I think this should be able to work, is it will eventually. And it's why this is exciting, is that like every month a new model comes out that makes it easier to code, a new image generator. We just added Seed Dream 5.0 to our Creator Studio, which is just like another super solid image generator. You do a lot of thumbnails and stuff like that. So I used Nano Banana 2 for this one in the Creator Studio. But we have Seed Dream in there. But this is me, a little video. So if you're interested in checking out how I did it, it's just a little fast forward video. But we can jump in there too. But yeah, the X402 is more for someday when agents want access to all these endpoints, is that we'll be able to hand off this information, and like your autonomous agent will be able to use these endpoints to build. Despite that being cool, I'm not quite as excited about one agent talking to another right now as I am more so about like the human interactions with AI. Should we get into that?
Yeah. I would love to see where you want to take this, because I've used some different like video editing stuff and some photo editing AI software, and right now I've got Higgsfield.
Yeah.
So I guess and they have like a list of different models. How would you say your like Beats on Bass compares with some of the Web 2 versions of offering access to different AI models?
And that's you'd swear we planned this conversation, which we didn't. But so Higgsfield, Free Pick, now Magnifica, these are, and I say this humbly, that these are the main competitors for the interface. Is that Higgsfield is a subscription-based model, Free Pick subscription-based model. I used to be spending up to $200-300 a month on Higgsfield, and you hear a lot of FUD about Higgsfield and it being, kind of scammy. But despite the subscription model, it is a very good business model because a lot of people pay for it month after month without using it. It's not a consumer-friendly business model, which enter using crypto as generative AI credits. Is that you can use your crypto for generative AI, and you decide 6 months later, after forgetting that you even put it, you don't even have to put it in a separate wallet if you use a base wallet, right? So you only pay for what you use. You get a discount if you use Beats token, but you only pay for what you use. So like, say you bought, you have to hold 1 million Beats to remove the watermark. But so say you didn't want the watermark, which I get it. It's not even that much. It's like $300 right now. But you get that money back when you're done. So say you bought $1 million worth of Beats because you don't want the watermark on there. You pay 10 cents or so per image. You use it 3 times, and then like a month from now, it's like you're like, I'm done with AI. You can sell it, right? And to say you're like, well, I don't trust that Beats isn't going to go to zero. So you can also use USDC, or you can use ETH. So as far as like what we're trying to build is like a Higgs field AI with this added component of the integration of token intelligence and social media intelligence. And I can show you what I mean there in a second, but yeah, so you can, activate your Beats as spending. I have this as preferred for me. I'm spending Beats. I get a discount when I use Beats token, but otherwise USDC or ETH here. It all can be used as credits. You get your billing history here, so on and so forth with the transactions on chain. Your history of things that you've done, images, video, audio. So we're really trying to compete with Higgs field, except, so rather than just being like another Higgs field, since we use crypto as generative AI credit, then, okay, so it's a crypto project. Well, what makes this cool is that we've integrated token intelligence, so whether it's Base, Ethereum, Solana, Robinhood, if we want to see what's trending on Robinhood right now, say I'm just a guy who's trying to get some followers and I'm creating Robinhood, hot tokens on Robinhood images, I can just click Robinhood and come over here, trending, Sol, same thing. And all of this stuff can be used as reference images, including their current open graph stats, how the token's doing. So since I click this right now, we're going to be using, we'd be using the actual logo for Ansem, for Black Bull, and we'll also have the open graph stats from Deck Screener. So you can make a really cool infographic that to show how a project is doing. And I'll pull one here. I have just a very little bit of money over on Robinhood, trying to have some fun with everybody else. But so you can see here is I got a buddy who's in Hood Rat. So I was talking about Hood Rat. So it's like, well, I'm talking about Hood Rat, I might as well, just boom, throw something like this together. And it makes it fun for me, right? And it's like, that's the idea, is to be able to create generative AI content that aligns with what you're talking about. Also have some friends in Fake World Assets. So I created Cash Cat in this Fake World Assets banner. So on and so forth. So there's the token intelligence, and you don't have to use Open Graph. You can just use their banner if you want, or both. But so say I want to make an Ansem post, and I want the Open Graph stats on there, and I want also to be in the picture, is I would go ahead and search my X reference, and here, or you can see, so this is me. I also want my banner to be in there, which for me is just this blue cube. And then now, so I have those, bullish on Ansem coin, whatever. That's a terrible prompt. So I'm gonna go in here. Let's do 16.9. I'm gonna use this prompt enhance tool right here. And what that's going to do is it's going to go and it's going to polish my prompt for me. So it gave me a good prompt. Obviously, the more specific I am, the more accurate it will be.
Can I just say, that particular thing, that prompt enhance tool, that's brilliant, because so often that's just an extra step. And like if I'm doing any like Suno AI, like music stuff, I'll say what I want to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Make it into an AI ready prompt, but it's an extra step. It's a little bit clunky. The fact that you have that in the chat, that's brilliant.
It's big, and it understands what model and aspect ratio you're using, which. So here we are. We got some graphics. It didn't include me in it though. So it views the reference images. So it should have thought to do that. So when you do prompt enhance, it views all attached references. So it looks at your pictures and comes up with a prompt from that. So that's, like you said, an important step. Is prompt enhance isn't just passing your prompt to an LLM. It's looking at all your pictures, looking at the model, and looking at your aspect ratio, because it needs to understand the context. which is pretty important for some of the models. Include the male human. He is promoted. But yeah, so it understands what's in there. You know, I don't know. So it's like, of course, a little effort from the user doesn't hurt anything, right? Like I didn't say anything about the male human being in there. But yeah, so, you know, we can sit here and we can wait for that. Otherwise, I can click this X right here, and this will continue generating in the background, and I can go play around with some other stuff. An area in which the prompt enhance is pretty important is 11 Labs has different audio formats from V2 to V3. So a poem about base chain causes and it. So it understands what model it's using. So you can see that I did prompt enhance and it added these breaks, right? I can go through, I can do this in Beats' voice, Calliope's voice, and you can go ahead and test them out here.
Okay, so tell me, who is the, because I just realized we're on the clock. I've got my next shift starting in about 12 minutes.
Yes.
But I definitely want to hit all the high notes. Who is the ideal user of this software?
And there it is, me with me on there as I asked. The ideal user, man, it's me and you. It's me and you. It's people wanting to show their tokens. It's, you know, the way that I see people building an AI is like, if you have like a genuine personal need for something, that's a good time to start building, because worst case scenario, you build something cool that you're going to use every day. I use this. I don't use other things. I use this. Neela still uses something else I built because she does long form videos, but it's still something that I built that will eventually be in apps up here. We're building apps so you can do long form content and stuff. But so it's so I'm a perfect user. Freeman Finance is a good user. You know, so content creators and recreational people who are enjoying it, we see it all the time. If we were to go look at half of anybody's timeline, everybody's doing AI stuff now. Even the girls, I saw this one crypto girl who she has a gray bikini on, but for every World Cup game, she's used AI to change the gray bikini into that swimsuit, into that team. And she's like, yeah, I use AI to change her swimsuit, but that's it. Like, it doesn't have to be crypto stuff. Here is that you can go and upload a picture of your grandma and a picture of yourself, and you can say, put us on a swing set together, and it will have nothing to do with crypto. Like, remove the watermark probably at that point if you're giving it to grandma. But so anybody who enjoys using Higgs field, I would like to think will enjoy using this, right? And we could click animate this image. Go down here. We have all the best models. You know, Higgs field might have more, but I can tell you, as someone who does this sometimes 8 hours a day, we have the best ones. Anything that's not on here isn't probably worth using. If it is worth using, we'll 100% add it as quickly as we can. Yeah, you know, and just a little.
Well, I think that's quite a compelling point. I mean, it's giving me a thought to cancel my Higgsfield subscription, because exactly what you described earlier about having subscription and forgetting about it. You know, this month, I mean, you saw my intro video. It's very AI'd, and yeah. I was using Higgsfield for the most part, because it got to like 2 days before the end of my month, and I hadn't used it at all. And I paid like what, $50 for it, and it's like, shit, I need to put those credits to work. Like, let me just generate, and just at least get some value out of it. Otherwise, it would have just been another month paying a subscription that I wasn't really utilizing. So the fact that you have a model that isn't subscription based, but more pay as you go, but you need to be a holder based, I think that's much more aligned with my usage.
Yeah, yeah. And we try to be competitive with pricing if you use Beats. If you use Beats in the image, so if you go and you search Beats here and, oops, Robinhood, if you use Beats, then you get, so if you use Beats as a token, as a payment, and you put the koala in there, you get it for cost, right? Like, no, there's no margin. Which we're putting a margin on there because long-term token holders want to see. And again, when the timeline expires, Beats is CEO. We need a profitable system so that it can self-sustain itself. If you're somebody who would rather just chat with an agent, and I know that we're out of time or close to it. If you're someone who would rather just chat with an agent, there is we have the creator agent in the base app. Beats creator agent, XMTP creator agent, where all of these models are available through a chat interface. So you go in the base app, you message beats.base.eth, and you say, create me an image of whatever, or and then you get an image, or create me a video of Ansem and Beats or whatever. So if you prefer just like talking to an agent, we have that in the base app. So that reels us, that takes us across. Whoops. So that takes us across that trifecta. And I could show you this. We have to polish this, but this is just to give you an example of the creator agent. You'll get this welcome message from Beats when you message him, and then you can chat with him. As you can see, some of our users, Rich Now Broke Before, hasn't transitioned to the Creator Studio yet. He still just always uses this agent.
And just understand, this is exclusively within the base app.
Within the base app, yep. So this, because that used to be a big deal to be in the base app. So this is an XMTP, which is their chat interface. This is a creator agent in the base app. So if you're using the base app and you want to say hi to Beats, go ahead and say hello, and through that you can create images and videos. As you can see that we've got some people using that, which is exciting. All of your stuff you create in the Creator Studio is private to you. If you create it in the base app, we display it here. So if you generate something, but whatever, in the Creator Studio, have fun, be ridiculous. Nobody's going to see it. Happy Horse doesn't have parental moderation on it. I just Happy Horse is one of the models, and it's actually really good and cheap. If you're looking for good videos for cheap, Grok is very good, and Happy Horse is very good. If you need to add audio, LTX. If you need to add audio and video, you need to do Seed Dance as a reference image. But so if you have a short video of you rapping and you want a soundtrack and you want your character. So Suno, you mentioned Suno, you have a 15-second Suno thing. You can go upload it here, upload audio, where you can add audio as a reference, and then you add, your character as a reference, and then your character will do your audio. I think you get it. Yeah.
Man, I'm sold. I want to get involved. I want to start using this, start playing around with it. Yeah, it's incredible to see the output. I think your timeline is your profile page is a great marketing page. Even though you're not directly marketing like, hey, buy these services, just the quality of the output shows what is possible, like with that creator suite. But listen, we are just about out of time. So what would be your call to action to the people that are tuning in today?
If you're using generative AI, come try the Creator Studio. If you're in the Bass app, message Beats and say hello, and then give feedback if you have it. We're here for the community to build with you guys. And it's like if you want to see something, let me know. But for now, it's like go ahead and test it out. We still have the beta badge up here. So if you hit errors, I've got a guy runner something is his username, where he's finding little bugs, and I'm like super grateful because it's like I can't find everything, right? But so give it a test. If you are currently uploading a picture of yourself to ChatGPT and a picture of your token or a picture of this or that, come try this out. If you like your X profile picture, it's all right here, and you can still have the freedom to upload. So if you're into generative AI, come give this a try. You don't have to buy Beats token. You can use USDC or ETH, just like whatever. It's just for people to have a good experience and for us to have fun. And then too, if you're bullish on what we've built, go ahead, buy some Beats tokens. I buy more when I can, and I'm still holding as many as I could, despite having some expenses along the way. So, by now I'm going to try to buy up more over this next month. So, and I say that with conviction. So if you want to front run me, you can. We have thick liquidity. So I think there's room for all of us if, come join us.
That's what's up. Boom. Well, yeah. At Beats on Bass, make sure you give them a follow. And Ale, I want to say thank you for this deep walkthrough into what you're doing with Beats on Bass and competing with some of the big players, offering better services, better, more user-friendly models that aren't necessarily subscription focused. This is something that seems like a great way to learn. And I assume is there a community, like where can people learn / ask other people how to do things?
So Telegram is what we've called home. We have a Discord, but yeah, come into Telegram. We're there. We have people who are still there. We might not talk that much, but that being said, I love sharing. I love teaching. Comment on X, anything like that. Just get my attention, which shouldn't be too hard to do. And we'll chat. We'll hang out. Just whatever. I taught for a little bit a long time ago, and I really enjoyed doing that. So I've got like that personality that I'm not gonna shoulder you off. I enjoy helping. So if you're trying to learn, I'd be more than happy to learn with you and have some fun.
Brilliant. Well, that sounds awesome. Ale, I want to say a big thank you to you for your time. Thank you for sharing about Beats on Bass, and a big thank you to everybody who tuned in today. We do these Monday to Thursday, and then on Friday we have these end of the week parties over on Firecaster Spaces. So if you want to join us tomorrow, it will be at the same time, 12:30 p.m. PST. We'll be doing a Fireside Space on Firecaster. Tomorrow is actually a bit of a special one because we're also doing a Venezuela relief concert with Jose. He's one of our regulars. He's a friend of the show. He's in Venezuela, and he's brightening up people's day with music and trying to raise some funds for them. So if you're free, we'd love to have you there. And it's always a pleasure to reconnect and hang. And I'm sure I want to see you in the Telegram. And I think I'm going to follow up with some questions about Beats on Bass.
Yes, here for it. Thanks for having me.
All right, man. It's been an absolute blast. We'll speak soon. And it's everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, but most importantly, stay based. Peace out, everyone.
I'm a baseline junkie. I'm a baseline junkie. Tell him again. I'm a baseline junkie. Tell him again. And I like it funky.